had Malcolm X up there. We had Martin Luther King. We had Amos Wilson. Billy D, can you come up and speak? I was like, after these brothers? Don't let the smooth things fool you. Let's get it in. Right? So let's start. So I want a word of precaution. Just talk in advancement to Israelites. When we watch some of our brothers come by, right? We are a destroyed people. That's right. What you want to do is look into the eyes of the people that come up and talk to you. You want to realize when people come by, right? The Bible says what? Be careful you may entertain strangers because they may be angels. Let me speak as a fool like Paul does. Know when not to entertain demons. When they come up, you got to look into their eyes. You'll see that they're not all there. You'll see that the word is not coming from the Lord. Right? Give me 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Right? I want to speak about the brother that came early.
Wake them up!
1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Because we're destroyed people, we got to recognize when destroyed people come up and then how to speak to them. Because certain ways we go at them, they're going to rebel against it. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 11.
Bring it out!
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
So when I was a child, I spake as a child. A lot of people will come up here and they look like grown-ups, but they're still children spiritually. Why? Because they're broken people and couldn't get past that brokenness. And if they don't have the scriptures, the law, statutes, commandments, and faith, they're going to remain a child. So we have to sometimes recognize that these grown men come up and speak like they're smart, but they're children. And we got to handle them as such. Go ahead.
I understood as a child.
They understand as a child. So we got to break this down to the minuscule amount. We got to break it down real simple. The brother actually came here, if you paid attention, he came here for acknowledgement, to show that he knew something. He didn't want to learn, but he wanted acknowledgement. Children do that when we feel left out. So he wanted acknowledgement. So he kept pointing, that's not a God. So he wanted, you're right, brother, that's not a God. And then he feels that, and then we hit him with scripture. And then we pull him back in. Right, go ahead.
I thought as a child.
I thought as a child, go ahead.
But when I became a man.
But when I became a man, when I was introduced to the Marsharah, when I was introduced to the law, statutes, commandments, and faith, go ahead.
I put away childish things.
I don't deal with the garbage of the world anymore. I don't deal with that mentality. I don't deal with the Dr. Yorks or anybody else anymore. Or the Hoteps. That's gone. We put away those childish things, right? Here's the other thing we want to go into, right? Luke 4, what did I want? Mark 4 and 15? That real quick. Let me know when you got it.
The book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 15.
Bring it out!
And these are there by the wayside.
These are there by the wayside, right? Although they're standing in the midst of the Most High, right? 2 or 3 in my name, and the Marsharah is here. These are there by the wayside. Go ahead.
Where the word is sown, but when they have heard.
When the word is sown. So now there's not really a lot of people listening, but right, we're on the internet, and there's people at home listening. So these people are standing there by the wayside. What happens? Go ahead.
Satan cometh immediately.
Satan cometh immediately. Go ahead.
And taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
And taketh away, you got it, Mark. And taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. So what happens is we get to focus on their behavior. Right? They move different. As you see, even the way he moved subtle. Right? And what does the Bible say about vain humility? That, oh, I'll move that for you. And you watch his movements. That vain humility distracts you from your message. We have to make sure that we don't give them too much attention. Right? Go ahead. What else I got? Yeah, give me that. So the brother that was here earlier, not including yourself, the brother that was here earlier, we're going to call him Peter. We're going to call him Peter. And why are we going to call him Peter? Matthew 16 and 23.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 23.
Bring it out!
But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan.
Get thee behind me, Satan. We got to know when that devil walks up. And guess what? The devil is not limited to white skin. There's black devils. We heard that in the world. Black devils. Get thee behind me, Satan. Go ahead.
Thou art an offense unto me.
You are an offense unto me. I'm telling you about the Marsharah. I'm telling you how to raise up our people, and you talking to me about trash. You are an offense unto me. Understand this. When they come up, right, we're priests. We're men of the Lord. We expect you to come and ask us the questions about the Lord. When you don't ask those questions, you lost your privilege to speak to the men of the Lord. Your privilege came when you came humble to learn about the Lord. When you're not talking about him, you define him, you lost that privilege. You can now go back to being the present. Go ahead.
For thou savorest not the things that be of Yahweh, but those that be of men.
So notice, he favors the things that not be of Yahweh, but the things of men, because he's trying to educate us or go against the word with worldly knowledge.
Good.
You don't favor the things of Yahweh. So that's how we know when a devil approaches. Go ahead, is that it? Good. All right, that's it. So go to Obadiah 1 and read to verse 4. So my purpose, so what I want to bring out now is one of the ways that we go after and we destroy Esau, right? We can't just walk up to Esau and just destroy him. We know it don't work that way. We know he has weapons. We're not going to go in a police station and tell him, yeah, I'm going to do something, come in and they're going to shoot us. Even if we don't go to the police station, they're going to shoot us down. So the Marsharah, through the Most High, gave us another way to take them down with the word. Right? Go ahead.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it out.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus said Yahweh, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
And the ambassador sent among the heathen. That is us. We are the ambassadors sent amongst the heathens. Go ahead.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
So let us rise up against her in battle. We know we can't do it physically, so we got to do it spiritually.
That's
Because the
right.
time hasn't come yet. We got to build up that spiritual level to the point where the Most High says, now do it physically. Go ahead.
Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
So he made our enemies small among the heathen. Now, if you look at the world for what it is, he's gigantic, isn't he? He's all over the world, and he's all over the television. But that's sorcery. He uses a magnifying glass to make himself look big.
Right.
He puts his face on television representing all countries to make himself look big. He uses weapons to make himself look big, but the Most High said he is small amongst the heathen. Do we not know that when we travel around the world, everybody's dark-skinned, with the exception of his people? So why are we afraid of this man? Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. So now we have to realize with the word who he really is. Go ahead.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Verse 2, behold, I made that right, so like it. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Thou art greatly despised. The whole world hates Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
The pride of his heart hath deceived him. So he even believes he's bigger than everybody else is. He believes he has more power than everybody else does. We have to ask ourselves a question. If you took away the weapons of Esau, could he beat us? Yes or no? No. So there has to be the power of the Most High that made him that strong.
Wake
Isn't
him
it
up,
saying Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He didn't take it. It was given to him because we fell. So he has no power. You take away the weapon, nobody's scared of it. Go ahead.
Though that dwellest in the cleft of the rock.
So he dwells in the cleft of the rock. He dwells up high. He's the one that says in his history, he's a caveman. He's telling you who he is. He dwells in the cleft of the rock. He's the one sitting up on that mountain. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
So whose habitation is high, who said in his heart, who shall bring me down? He's so proud and so arrogant, and he sees in the world, I've been sitting up here for so long, who is going to bring me down? He's godless. He is godless. That's why he's asking that question, because he doesn't see anyone before him that can take him down. He sits as a god in this world. Who can take me down? That's what it says in, what is it, 2 Corinthians 4 and 4? The God of this world, that's the God of this world. Go ahead.
Verse 4, though thou exalted thyself as the eagle.
What is his mascot? The eagle. What was his mascot in Rome? The eagle. What's his mascot in Russia? The eagle. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Everywhere he is, that eagle follows him. Everywhere he is, destruction follows him. So we know who this enemy is. Go ahead.
And then thou set thy nest among the stars.
This is a point I want to get into to Esau's education. Though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, you're high up. You're sitting up and you're looking down on everybody. Go ahead.
Thence will I bring thee down.
Thence will I bring thee down. We're not bringing them down without the help of the Most High and the Marsharah. Thence will I bring thee down. Go ahead.
Saith the Most High.
Saith the Most High. So now go to Genesis 1. Right? Start at verse 3. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
And Yahweh said, let there be light, and there was light.
Let there be light, and there was light. Right? There's no sun yet, is there? Let there be light. Go ahead.
And Yahweh saw the light, that it was good. And Yahweh divided the light from the darkness.
Go ahead.
And called the light day,
Right.
and the darkness he called night.
So we had day and night before the sun. Go ahead.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
And the evening and the morning was the first day, right? Go back to that last part, last precept, right? Get me, verse 4, Obadiah 1 and 4.
The book of Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalted thyself as the eagle,
Right.
and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down.
So now this is how the Israelites are going to bring him down, right? The first thing he taught us in school was his education. He taught us that he subdued and destroyed the world. He taught us that he conquered everything. He taught us that he conquered space in June 1969, probably at the time of first fruits. Right? Let's go ahead. Genesis 1 and 14. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it out.
And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens.
So notice, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven. The Hebrew word for firmament is rakia, right? It means visible arc, firmament, hard, firmament over the sky, visible arc over the sky that's hard, right? So that means what? It's hard. It's a hard, visible arc. If you pay attention to when Esau takes flights and you watch it all the way through, it goes all the way up and it starts to arc over. Go ahead.
Lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night.
Lights in the firmament of heaven. This place right here, right? Fatty Smokes, probably a pork shop, right? We're standing outside of it, correct? If we go in, we're inside it, right? Let's make this the firmament. Let's make the store the firmament. If we go in, we're in, right? We're in the store, so we're in the firmament. So where are the stars right now?
And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven.
The firmament of heaven. And rakia is a hard arc that covers. It shows his handiwork. Go ahead.
Break them up.
To divide the day from the night,
Right.
and let them be for signs,
Right.
and for seasons,
Right.
and for days and years,
Right?
and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven. We use the sun, the moon, the stars for signs and seasons, do we not? Go ahead.
To give light upon the earth, and so it was.
And so it was. Go to verse 7, right? Go to verse 7 real quick. We'll just show how hard that firmament is. Go ahead.
And the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 7. And Yahweh made the firmament and divided the waters.
So now this firmament that's an arc and hard divides water. If it divides water, it has to have some sort of substance, right? Go ahead.
Which were under the firmament,
Which were, notice, under the firmament. Go ahead.
from the waters which were above the firmament.
Didn't we acknowledge that there was water in the heavens? When we look at Aurora Borealis, we see lights, right? But how does the light move? Like water. Water above the firmament. Go ahead.
And it was so. And Yahweh called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
So now we notice the firmament is heaven. The heaven is what to Yahweh? His throne. And the earth is his footstool, right? So there's a separation between him and us. So this man, right, powerful, right? Esau does all of this. If we take his weapons, he can't do anything. The nations built the Tower of Babel, correct? They built it up to the sky, correct? What did the Most High do to it? He destroyed it. Why? Think about it. Why did he destroy it? Because they had the audacity to try to build up to heaven. So let me ask you this question. You think he's going to allow Esau to crack his heaven? No. Okay, let's keep going. So now, the sun, the moon, and the stars, right? What word didn't we hear that's in outer space, supposedly? Planets. Let's go to 2 Kings 23 and 5.
The
Wake 'em
book
up,
of 2 Kings, chapter 23, verse 5.
Bring it out!
Put down the idolatrous priests,
Right.
whom the kings of Judah
Right.
had ordained to burn incense in the high places,
Right.
in the cities of Judah,
Right.
and in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burned incense unto Baal, to the sun,
All right, slow it down. The sun.
and to the moon,
The sun and the moon were in the beginning, correct?
and to the planets,
Did you hear planets in the beginning of Genesis? Okay, keep going.
and to all the host of heaven.
And to the host of heaven. So now when we go into the Hebrew, the word for planets is Marsharah. Marsharah means constellation, zodiac sign, stars. You heard planets in the beginning, but it was called stars. So notice now that the world outside of us is starting to shrink, right? Because nowhere else in the Bible does the word planets exist outside of that verse. Well, who told us about the planets? Who told us? It wasn't the Bible. Who told us? Who told us they went to space? Who told us we had no history before slavery? Why the hell do we believe in that? He never went to the moon. He never got there. He might have been within the firmament, but he never got outside. If the Babylonians can't build up high, he is not letting the devil come to his kingdom. So this is what I'm saying. This is how we start to take down Esau. We remove his education. Right? Because we believe thus saith the Lord, right? If the Lord did not put it in the Bible that there's planets outside of stars, if he put there's a firmament there that separated his waters, why we believe Esau when he tells his story? Because he told it to us when we were lost, before we got the word, when we were children, when he knew we would accept it. Right? Think about that. So now, you got a precept there.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16.
Bring it out!
These 6 things doeth Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look.
A proud look. Esau has a proud look when he walks by. A cop can be undercover, has a vest on, and still has a proud look. That's why we know that cracker's a cop. Go ahead.
A lying tongue.
A lying tongue. They lie to us about history, the scriptures, everything. Go ahead.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
And their hands almost only shed innocent blood. Go ahead.
And heart that deviseth wicked imagination.
And a heart that devises wicked imagination. I conquered the whole world. I was able to crack through the firmament that the Most High laid. Let me ask you this real quick about that firmament, right? The brother mentioned before about a rocket, right? When it goes further up, it loses oxygen, right? What did the firmament separate? The waters from the water. Have you ever seen fire burning inside water? You've seen it on the surface, but it don't burn inside water. So according to the Most High, space is water. How the hell did his rocket get up there? You see how Esau is now coming down? You see the saying in the beginning, he said, I will thence bring thee down? Because he has nothing to bring down. All he needs is a word, and he crumbles into nothing. So this is the point of Israelites to be out here. To not only inform us of who we are and who we serve, but to show you who is not.
That's right.
That Esau is not God. That the Jews are not Jews. They're Jewish. If that. They're Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz is the grandson of Japheth, which are Gentiles. Right? So our job is also to prove who the devil is not. He has no power. Read Obadiah one more time into the Bible. Wonderful.
The book of Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
So we are already in battle. Every time we come out here to do the will of the Most High, we are in battle.
That's right.
We're wearing our warlike garments, are we not?
That's right.
We are in battle. Let us rise against her in battle. Right now it's in word and in spirit, but soon it will be in flesh, because the Most High is going to destroy all those weapons they have. And then they're going to have to deal with us man to God. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the crest of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
And he asked, who shall bring me down to the ground? Go ahead.
Though thou exalted thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Most High.
The Most High will bring the devil down to this earth. When
That's right. Shalom.